What's up YouTube, KidMoto22 here, and today we're going to do a little bit of a reaction to that HD event that happened today. I don't know what to tell you. We better just get right to it and unpack this right away. Welcome back YouTube, KidMoto22 here, and I just want to talk to you guys today about the HD virtual event. Unpack it, what we learned, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, and I'm just going to go right into it. Let's start off with the actual event itself. I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit disappointed. I thought the actual event was going to be some type of unveiling, something live. Really what it was a website launch. I mean, that's essentially what it was. It was to, show us a new website that had their new products on it. I was a little bit disappointed. I thought it was going to be something different. Let's move on. I'm past that. Let's get into what we found out today with some of the changes. So the first thing I want to address is less bikes. So let's take a look at what I did was I pulled up a list yesterday of all the bikes that they had in their 2020 lineup, and we're just going to go through those bikes now, and we're going to look at what bikes were taken out of the list. So let's get right to it. So the first thing is we can look at their Street Series, they call it now, and we can see that the Street 750 is gone, the Street Rod is gone, and the Roadster is gone. So what we're left with in the Street Series is the Iron 883, the Iron 1200, and the 48. I think these Sportsters are, like I said in the last video, live to die another day. I don't think these Sportsters have long left to live. Currently, in their current configuration with the engines the way they are, they will not survive because they don't meet the UK emission standards. So they're going to have to do something different with that platform. Next, we'll go on to the Cruiser platform. So the Cruiser platform, we see the most things eliminated out of this. So we see the Softail Standard made it and Street Bob made it. The regular Lowrider was eliminated. Softail Slim is in, Lowrider S is in. The Deluxe is out. Sport Glide is in, and obviously we saw some changes with the Sport Glide, with some updates to the Sport Glide with its paint match bags, which I think are a great addition to that motorcycle. And the Fat Bob 114 and the Fat Boy 114 both made it. FXDR and Breakout are gone. Looks like Harley went all in the touring market. None of the 2020 touring models were eliminated. All of the 2020 touring models made it into the 2021 platforms. So they are all in with what they think is going to be, is going to push them forward into, the next 10 years or wherever they feel like the company wants to go. So all of the models from the touring market made it. And it looks like, everything that was in the Trike series made it. So the Freewheeler, the Tri-Glide, and the CVO Tri-Glide made it too. So one of the things I mentioned in my last video, it was probably a couple videos ago when I talked about 3 ways Harley could save itself, was to offer their standard model in chrome and black. They didn't do that, but they did it with their specials. So their Road Glide Special and the Street Glide Special both now have a chrome package and a blacked out package. I think this was a smart move. I think this was a good thing that Harley did. Again, I'll go to the Sport Glide. The Sport Glide has the paint match bags, which I think should have been the configuration when this bike was originally released. I think that was a good move on Harley's part too. The home run I think that they hit this year is they added the 114 to the Street Bob. I think this is a great move. I think you're going to see that platform really sell a lot more bikes because of what they did with adding that 114 engine to a smaller size bike. I didn't really, I didn't look and see whether the prices changed. They probably did their kind of thing that they do every year and did a little bit of a market adjustment. But for a bike that's around 15K, with a 114, that small frame, one of the lightest bikes that they make in the, I think it is the lightest bike in the Softail platform. It's got a really good standover height. that's a killer right there. I think that was a great move. I love that idea. I love that bike. I think that this was a really good thing that they did. Overall though, so far, I thought that this was going to be something different. They didn't release any new models. So what we saw was a lot of paint. I did mention in one of my last videos some minor changes with some of the touring bikes and having some clutch changes, and obviously they changed the ECM, so you can't connect it right away to the tuning packages. Now, this could be in relation to, if anybody knows, Harley actually dissolved their relationship with Vance and Hines prior to the King of the Baggers this year. So the King of the Baggers race, if anybody saw that on TV, was a pretty cool race. Harley actually dissolved a long-term relationship that they had with Vance and Hines, and that could be a reason why they changed that ECM, because that was a good partnership that they had with Vance and Hines in terms of that FP3 being a great mapping option for retuning your bike. I don't know. This is just speculation on my part, but it's something to consider for sure. So at the end of the day, we didn't see any new models released. What we saw were some paint changes, some minor changes in the body. The 114 in the Fat Bob, I think, not in the Fat Bob, excuse me, in the Street Bob, I think is going to be a good seller, but not a lot. We have to wait until February 22nd when they release their new models. That's the prospective date for the Pan America. And if you do check their website, you'll see that they still have future models and a picture of what appears to be the Bronx with that new engine configuration. So if that is indeed something that's coming out in 2021, I don't know. We know the Pan America is coming on that date, so let's hope that they put out the Bronx at the same time, so at least we can get some new models on the market, and we can see something that Harley does that's a step forward. So that's what I would like to see. I don't know. Let's hope they do something with new models. Anyway, if you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. You can find a link to a video that you might like up here. Subscribe is going to be up here. This is Kid Moto. I'm out.